Hi everyone, and welcome to English A212 Technical Writing Online. I wanted to take a moment and explain how our course is set up so you get a feel for it before the semester begins. You'll notice that I've imported a blog into our Blackboard course. This allows us to communicate with each other both when Blackboard is up and running and in times when it's not. Some of the things that you'll notice in this course is that on the main page, when you log in, you'll always see a message from me. This area allows me to communicate with you, to post extra videos that I found, tutorials that I create, and it's also a way where I discuss what's happening within the group in this public forum. So always make sure that you come and check this space so you have my latest up-to-date information. As you scroll down, and you'll see that I've just created a test post here that's not quite finished yet, you can ask questions and make comments down here in this area. You'll also notice that I have created a dates and deadlines section over to the left. That course calendar correlates with this course calendar over here on the right. I've created it and embedded all of our major due dates. So you can get a bigger view by clicking on the dates and deadline link, or if you go back to the course blog, you can get the smaller little overview. One thing that you will notice is that all of our coursework is due on Mondays and Thursdays by 10 p.m. And that will be constant. You can be assured that on Mondays and Thursdays, something will be due. There is a rare occasion where something is not due on a Thursday or a Monday, but you'll never find a due date outside of those 2 days. And everything is due at 10 p.m. at night. That allows those of you that work a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 job time to submit stuff, but it also allows those who maybe work later in the evening or overnight graveyard shifts still time to complete and submit work. You'll notice at the top that I have links to several sources that you might find useful. If you can think of another resource that you might find useful for our class, shoot me an email with the link and I will embed it up here. One of the important links that you'll want to notice is this questions link. If you click on that, it'll take you to this questions forum. I encourage you to post all the questions that you have of a non-personal nature to this area. So if you have any questions about something that is happening in our course, go ahead and post it here. Either myself or another classmate will reply to it in this same area. The reason why I have this public questions forum is because if you have a question about something, most likely someone else in the class has the same question. Of course, before you post a question, I do encourage you to go back to the assignment sheet, make sure it wasn't answered there, and even sometimes go back to the syllabus to make sure that question isn't answered there. If you don't find that answer, please go ahead and post your question here. So there are a few things that I just want to cover in our course really quickly about how it's set up outside of our entrance course blog page. The first thing that I'd like you to do when you come into the course is the Start Here link. Now, once you've done this once, you won't have to do it anymore. But basically, this just goes over some basic information that you might find important to our course, including how to upload an assignment and where to upload it to, basic guidelines for netiquette, which is very important. So please take a moment and go through this information. Once you've done it, you don't have to come back. Again, paying attention to our dates and deadlines information, you can embed this Google Calendar, download it into your own calendar. I have made it public. And the next thing that you'll want to look at is the syllabus and the book. So this is our technical communication book. You can get it as an ebook if you'd like. That's perfectly fine. The bookstore does have plenty available of the hardbound and the loose leaf book, so make sure you get a copy of that. We will be doing work out of it, so it is important that you actually have that book. You can also go to half.com, textbook, rental sites, or wherever in order to get it, but please make sure that you get this edition. If you have a 9th edition, the page numbers will be off. So it'll be your responsibility to make sure that you're doing the correct work and reading the correct pages. You'll go ahead and click on the syllabus information up here. I'm going to go over that in another video, but you'll want to make sure that you read that carefully and save it to your desktop so that way you always have a copy of it. And the next important thing that I really want you to pay attention to is learning units. This is where we're going to be doing most of our work. This is not a self-paced course, so I release our work unit by unit. When you're in here, you'll notice that for the week, what I have is week's objectives, which are letting you know what I hope to get out of the week, the week's lessons, and most likely I'll have you read something, do something, and watch something almost every week. So you kind of get an idea of how things are going to be set up. So for this pre-week lesson, I want you to watch the videos, the syllabus video, and the one you're already watching. And then I want you to go down to the blog to introduce yourself and meet other students. And then I'm going to ask you to take a quiz. And so the links for the two are right here. You can go to the meet and greet section where you can blog about yourself and meet your other classmates. And then the quiz right down here, which will go directly to me. Now this is a slightly different unit because it's a pre-unit. So let's look at what a real unit looks like. So we're going to come down to Unit 1, and you'll notice that I will have the main overarching objectives of what I'm hoping you'll get out of the unit. I'll let you know how long it takes to complete right down here. So when you come into Unit 1, I have any attached files that you'll need right up here. So we have the assignment sheet and actual Chapter 1 of the book. You'll see our week's objectives, what I'm hoping you'll get out of the week, and then the lessons. I'm asking that you read the assignment sheet, that you read Chapter 1 and then watch the video, that you read Chapter 14 and watch the video, and that you write something and how to finish. I have a playlist down here that will take you directly to YouTube where the videos will appear. If a link does not work for you, please email me immediately so I can go ahead and fix the link. I'll then let you know when everything is due, right down here. Now, if you come to week 2, we'll click on week 2. I have some information that you might want to look at. We have our week's objectives, our week's lessons. I'm asking you to read something, to watch something, and to write something, how to submit it, and then our playlist right here, and then when it's due. We'll come down to week 3, and it's the same thing. I don't have anything attached this week, but I have our week's objectives, our lessons. You're going to read something, watch something, and write something, our playlist, and then what I'm asking you to do, and our due date. And then I have a note here about submitting your final project, about what to do and where to go. So you can see I have all this information. It looks the same every time. As we get closer to the due date of your final project for this unit, I'll go ahead and release the next unit. So this way you always have an idea of what is happening, of what is going on, and you have a full picture of the unit and what that's going to look like. Anytime you want to get into something, you can come to the communications link. You can go to the blog section, get back into that meet and greet. You can go to the discussion board section, or you can also send an email in this section to either myself or your fellow classmates. And finally, we have this turn in paper section. In this section, this is where you'll be submitting your major work. So you'll come in and submit your work here. When you get into this section, you will always attach your assignment. Do not enter it here in this box. It does not allow me to give you feedback. It does not take into consideration formatting. When you're done, you will hit the submit button, and that will go directly into my grade book. So what that will look like is something like this. A little message here. I will browse the computer for my assignment, and I will put it in and then hit submit. It will then let me know that it was successfully completed, and then I can click OK. So now if I want to check it, I'm going to come to grades I'm going to look at my grades. I see right here that I have this green exclamation mark, boxed area. That lets me know that it was submitted correctly. If I do not see this icon, or if I see a different icon, it means that it was not submitted correctly and that I need to contact the teacher. So if you don't see that, please let me know so I can go ahead and delete it and you can submit the correct one. If I click on it, I get this idea. Okay, there it is. When I let you know that you have submitted something and that I've provided it with feedbacks, you'll come back into this area and you'll be able to see all of my comments so you have an idea of what's going on. The final thing is this important contact information. I have all of my information here and how you can contact me, as well as the IT information right here. So if you ever have any questions, these are 2 quick links where you can contact me. All right, so that's just a quick overview of our course. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And once you've watched this, go ahead and please preview or review the syllabus overview.